Joining me now is Can Dündar himself. Welcome, Mr. Dündar. Now, the Turkish president, Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, says you're a traitor, you're a spy, and even a terrorist. Your response?
My response is he's a liar. Because there's nothing, there's no journalists in jail with the terrorist charges. I mean, they're all convicted or blamed of releasing state secrets, writing against the governments, being critical about the government's policies, etc. So they're just journalists, not the terrorists, but blaming that for terrorism is a kind of traditional attitude of this government, unfortunately.
Now, there are reports that your personal security has become an issue since the recent visit by Erdoğan to Germany. What can you tell us about that?
About the security issue?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Of myself, you mean?
That's
or
right.
in general?
No, your security issue, your personal security.
I'm afraid it's not only me, but the whole opponents of Erdoğan are under risk everywhere in the world, because everybody watched the press conference and you can easily see how angry he is against the journalists who's critical about him. And he's, looking for a revenge. And that's why, of course, you have to be careful while you are challenging him. So there is no opposition left almost in Turkey in the media sector. So that's why he's trying to punish the journalists outside Turkey, just to give the message to the others that he can find you everywhere. So we are, of course, keep on struggling, but of course we have to be careful about the security issue.
But Can Dündar, after what happened at that press conference, do you feel more at risk now?
Of course, imagine that one president is coming to a country and blaming a journalist for being a spy or terrorist. So what would you expect out of this? There are a lot of people who wants to be a hero in the eyes of him or his government by punishing the journalists. And we have experienced this in Turkey. And just in front of the courthouse, I was attacked by a gunman, and he's just freed last week without any punishment. So it's a kind of encouragement if you're not punishing a guy just putting a gun over a journalist. That's a kind of encouragement, of course.
Now, your wife still lives in Turkey. Are you concerned about her safety?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, she's like a hostage. And without any reason, Erdoğan is keeping her in Turkey just to punish me. And of course, as everybody, her life is also under risk. But this is the unlawfulness that we are trying to explain to the world, that there's no rule of law, no justice system in Turkey anymore. And under these circumstances, you can do nothing but struggle.
Now, you're living here in exile in Germany. Do you think the German government is dealing with the increasingly authoritarian Erdoğan regime in the right way? Was it, for example, right to offer him a state visit recently?
As you know, I mean, from the beginning, I've been criticizing the German government being not enough, doing not enough, and saying not enough against Turkey. But during this visit, I guess they were much more vocal about the injustice system and the aggression of the Turkish government. The state visit, of course, was a question, but you have to divide Erdoğan from Turkey, and you have to respect Turkey and Turkish people, while you have to warn the Erdoğan government for its crackdown against media. So that division is very important, because you have to be side by side with people, Turkish people fighting against Erdoğan, and you don't have to isolate them. This is a very difficult balance to build up, but I guess the state visit idea was a respect to Turkish people and to, in general, Turkish nation. But at the same time, they were brave enough to give the right messages to Erdoğan.
Now, you drew attention to many journalists in Turkey who are still incarcerated, who are in jail. How difficult is it for press freedom in the country? Are you in contact with some of your former colleagues?
Of course, they are putting their lives in risk while they're writing or talking. And even today, I mean, one of my colleagues and a parliamentarian at the moment in front of the judge, together with my wife, for what? For a story we published in a newspaper, which was a true story. Nobody denied it. And we were accused of being helpful to the terrorist organization. And ironically, we've been criticizing the government for aiding and abetting some Islamist guerrillas in Syrian over Syrian border. And now we were accused of being terrorist or aiding the terrorist organizations. So it's a witch hunt against the journalists in Turkey to suppress them, to stop them talking or writing. But thanks God, we have still brave journalists to search for the truth.
Right. Can Dündar, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with DW.
Thank you.